All right, welcome back, watch fans. We got an exciting episode for you today. We're talking about Artisan de Geneve, the Rolex and Patek tuning shop. That's right. It's like a tuning shop. You have I think what is it, Brabus, does tuning for Mercedes. I think Alpina does tuning for BMW. You have a bunch of, and by the way, those are kind of the basic ones. You had, I think AMG was a tuning shop at one point before Mercedes brought them in-house. There's a bunch of these other ones which do very high-end stuff in the world of cars. And there's actually, oh, here we go. I missed the link. There we go. Okay, so there's, in the car world, a lot of people, they're really against the idea of, driving a stock car, say a stock car, right? It's really people want that kind of customization, and you have that with cars, you have that with guns, right? Like, it's people, they want to have something customized, whether it's the look of it or the actual performance of it. They want to like have a certain trigger pull, or they want to have a certain component. But listen, people who are the connoisseurs in those worlds will generally customize the product, right? For whatever reason, in the watch world, up until recently, and even today, it's considered, I think, a little bit taboo, the idea of customization, because I think traditionally we've been thinking about customization as like, bust down Rolexes, where you take a Rolex and you just cover it with diamonds, or what's happened with Pateks is a lot of them the Nautiluses were destroyed by people busting them down. Is it bust down or bust out? Whatever it is, right? But they just cover it with diamonds and destroy the value of the watch. So I think traditionally that thing has been very bad for watches. However, there's a new game in town, and that's this company we're going to be talking about today, which they've been around for a couple of years. Artisan de Geneve. Now, there's also been customization with watches like by Bamford, where they do kind of basic stuff, right? They do, it's like a one-trick pony. They just do black. They take your Rolex and they just paint it black, right? Like the Rolling Stones song. They just do, or they dial, everything goes black, which is, in my opinion, ugly. It's boring. I mean, it would have been interesting in the 80s. In the 80s, it would have been cool. I think I actually had a black watch in the 80s. It was what the hell was, I forgot what it was, but it was some sort of, it was a clone. It was a copy of something. It might have been a copy of whatever, but it was a black, and it was the 80s, so it was okay. Karl Lagerfeld customized his Royal Oak. He had it done, made black. But the black thing today is boring. It's very basic. And this company is, I think, doing incredible work. And they are basically saying, just say no to basic bitch watches. Baron, do you agree to that? Is he there? I don't know if he's there. Anyway, so what these guys are doing.
I was on mute. Yeah, I don't know. I've got mixed feelings about customizations on watches, because I've seen some good ones, and then I've seen some like terrible customizations.
Okay. I don't know if you've seen anything by what these guys do, because here's what they do that's very unique. Let me. So what separates Artisan de Geneve, right? And we got one of their watches on the screen here. Okay, what separates these guys is three things. Number one is it's not just the cosmetics, and by the way, they do incredible work in terms of the craftsmanship, in terms of whether it's gem setting, whether it's materials, whether it's engraving, whether case, they do like top level stuff, which is better. I mean, really better than anything coming out of the factory. Better. Full stop. Full stop. What they do is better than anything put out by the Patek people. And by the way, these guys, they get the same people working for them. They're in Geneva, right? They get the same people. Now, okay, so you get the cosmetics, but these guys are also horologists. I mean, they actually do put in custom movements. They customize movements. We're going to show you a watch where they took a Rolex, a Submariner, They put a moon phase in it. Can you believe that?
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
No, I mean, no, these guys actually, okay, so they're actually watchmakers, they're craftsmen, they're artisans. I mean, legitimately, they are artisans. They are Artisans de Genève. I mean, I'm going to show you something incredible. Now, I first came across this company a couple of years back. I saw one of their watches, a Nautilus, which I think they were famous for. And, you know, I was like, who, like, I don't know. Like, I thought it was a little bit like, I didn't get it. I didn't get it at the time. I thought it was like, like this is ridiculous. But now the more I think about this, and I think the value proposition, I'm going to go into this, but here's my investment thesis. The investment thesis is this, right? So this company is not a bust down shop. Okay, what they're doing is like essentially bespoke tuning work, which is on the level of, in other words, they take something great and they make it even better than the factory can do. And they do it at that same level of quality. I mean, basically, this better quality than the factory can do to your unique taste. And here's the thing. Here's where I think it's going. Look, we've done the auction results. You know, we talk about the watches where on a Rolex, a unique dial, like a, you know, on a Daytona or whatever it is, could be the difference, you know, of $50,000, $100,000, right? Just a dial. Just a basic dial, nothing else. And you know, people want something different, right? I mean, so why are people paying those prices? They want something different. And the problem is these factories, Rolex, they are factories, right? They just mass produce stuff. I think at some point, right, you know, you want something unique. As a human being, you want to, you know, human beings, they want something different, especially collectors, watch collectors. At the end of the day, look, I think this thing is going to be huge. Where these guys are going, it's going to be huge. We're starting to see it kind of in the culture where, you know, 10 years ago, or let's say 15 years ago, it was very unusual for somebody to get like I don't know, some sort of bespoke strap on their watch. It was unusual. I mean, there were companies doing it, whatever. There was, I think, was it the guys in Paris, ABP? I think they started earlier, but it was still not a mainstream thing. Now, like a lot of people are doing it. They got the Jean Rousseau, they got the ABP, they got whatever. There's a lot of different straps. There's the rubber strap. There's also stuff, right? That's just one element. People want something unique, and I think we're going to start to see it reflected in the market where, you know, these, I'm going to use the word tuned, these tuned watches are going to get premiums because they are actually a work of art in their own right. They really are a work of art and they deserve credit. So let's dive into it. Let me get out of the screen. Let me show you the watch. It's not about me. It's about the watch. All right. So hang on a second. Let me just get this thing out of the way here. Let me get this banner out of the way. By the way, guys, if you're just tuning in, make sure you get our free weekly newsletter. Click the link in the video description below. So I'm going to start off with some basics here. So we got this guy, Adam Levine, who's, what is it, the musician, right? So he commissioned this, right? He took a Daytona, right? So basically the way it works is you bring them your watch, right? You got to bring them your watch, and then you tell them what you want, and you work it out, and the price is generally, I think it starts at around 20, 50 grand for basic things. And it climbs if you have gems, you know, you do gems, whatever. But this, I think, is really cool. I think this is really cool. What is the material here? So you got, I believe this is a rose gold Daytona, right? Okay, so they skeletonized part of the movement, but not all of it, right? So they just did part of it. So it makes it legible, which I like. I appreciate that. What else they do? You got luminescence on the dial. I think we got pictures of it somewhere here. Is this like a Bakelite or something? I mean, it's incredible. I mean, so they got materials that they're using. They get materials. I mean, it's fucking beautiful. I mean, rose gold and white or yellow gold and white, I think is a beautiful color. I think it's actually a beautiful color. So I think it's luminescent. We're gonna go into the details. I'm just kind of going through some basics here, just giving you a little bit of a warm up. So a lot of the things that people have seen that they did before was the skeletonization. So what they do is they do like, they, I guess, take off the dial. They polish the movement. They even add their own rotors, which I assume improves the performance. Now this is amazing. So the guy took a GMT, right, and he made it a world time. I mean, kind of, because now you get the GMT, but now you see the time zones. Hang on. So this is basic GMT, right? 24 cities, yeah. Beveled, so the movement is beveled. I mean, this is amazing. Baron, what do you think of this?
Yeah, I mean, it's very high level of craftsmanship to turn something that's not a skeleton into a skeleton, because there's a lot of work that has to be done for that. So that is definitely impressive.
Yeah, and we're just starting here, right? This is just we're gonna go into some incredible stuff. So listen, it all comes down to the workmanship, the craftsmanship, right? Because going back to the Rolex again, Rolex was known for bad quality. We talked about those panel gaps. You got panel so you had panel gaps on those end links, right? The panel gaps on those end links, and when you take so if somebody does a bad job with customization, it's horrible. It's horrible. It destroys the value of the watch. What these guys are doing, I believe, increases the value of the watch. And I'm going to go as far as to say that if you kind of customize it the right way, the watch is going to be worth a hell of a lot more. Now, again, I really don't know too much about cars, like the whole, I don't know, like what people are doing with Lambos and all that, whatever stuff now. There's a guy I see on YouTube. What the hell is his name? He's actually, I think he's got something called Watch Trading Academy. The Iranian guy in Florida. What the hell is his name? He's got something called Exotic Car Hacks. Have you ever heard of this guy?
No, I have not.
Okay. So basically, this guy's thing is he's basically telling people, look, I'm going to teach you how to buy a Lambo, a Rolls, Bentley, whatever, some, really exotic car, Bugatti, and basically drive it for free, right? And the way you do it is you got to find a really, he's all about the spec, the really unique, like the configuration of the car. And by the way, what this guy does is he finds the car. I think he's basically a dealer at this point, but look, he finds the car, right? Either new, whatever, something that's very in demand, but then he kind of does a little bit of customization. He might put on new wheels. He might put on like some sort of stripe or whatever. But this guy's all about reselling at a profit, right? So his whole thing is basically he doesn't lease the car. He buys the car. He gets really good financing. He drives it, maybe 500 miles a month, and then after 6 months, you sell the car because of the market demand. You basically can get out of it for basically break even. You might make a little money, or you would lose very little. So it's almost like driving the car for free. But his thing is he basically does some customization to the car, to Lambos, Ferraris, Bugattis. I mean, minimal, very minimal. Like whether it's new wheels, whether it's a couple of things, and it always comes out beautiful. Like he really knows what he's doing, right? It's high quality, and he sells them at a profit. So, by the way, this is the back of one of their cases. They put in I think that's their own rotor or something. So, what do they do here? The Grand Bleu is so it's a Rolex. They put in I don't know, but I mean, they're basically putting in they're customizing the movement. I mean, everything they're doing, right? It's not like basic stuff. Very few people can do this. Look at this. For Lance Armstrong, they did this for Lance Armstrong. Holy shit! Wait, oh no, oh, it is. Wait. Holy shit! I don't even know what this is. Wait a minute. Do you see this watch on the screen?
Yeah, it's in. Okay, so I want to say it's I mean, because right on the dial it says it's an Oyster Perpetual.
No,
It has a lot of, I mean, it's got a subdial on it, and then it's got something else. It looks like it's got 2 subdials.
Holy shit! I don't know what they did. Okay, so but this is not your basic bitch watch. Would you agree?
I agree. Yeah.
Okay, this is like, I mean, this. Okay, hold on. So let's read what they did for Lance Armstrong. Okay, so blends retro functions, pulse, winding mechanisms. Okay, yellow and black. That's his things. Okay, I like that. Yellow black is a good. Okay, you got a skeleton. Okay, it's measuring the pulse. So Lance, how do they do that? So you want to be able to calculate his heart rate with a pulse function. So that's what Artisan de Geneve developed. What do they do? So there's a pulse function. There's a pulse function here. I don't know what they did. I have no. So I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on here. It looks kind of. It looks almost like a Daytona, right? But you got like these subdials. What are these? What are these subdials? I think one of them is some sort of pulse. One of them is, I guess, a chrono, a stop, pulse. I don't know. But this is crazy. Like, you need to basically be a watchmaker to do this, right? This is not like some bust down watch you buy on 47th Street. And look at the finishing.
All right. So now, Colonel, I got a question for you. It looks like, right? So they took the Rolex case, and then they gutted it, and then they replaced, like, basically everything else, right? So now at this point, right, it's no longer Rolex. It's its own thing.
No, it's not. Okay, so that I think that's what people would think. I know where you're coming from. I get it, but I'm saying they basically, it's like the car world, or guns, right? Like, you start with something like the platform. Basically, you start with a platform. Like, it's almost like the look of it, but then you tune the engine. You might what is it, like, you might rip out a lot of the stuff to make the car go faster. You put a extra gas tank or something. You do. Hang on. Let me pull this up. You do like whatever. It's the thing, but better. So okay, hang on a second. I'm going to their site. So we got the Armstrong watch, and they're going to tell you what they did here. Is it on the screen? Okay, hang on.
Yes.
Okay, so let's see what they do. So the story. Let me. There's a lot of writing here. I don't want to read all this. Okay, so you came to them. Whatever. Okay, let's see the spec. Okay. Okay, number one, pulse. So Lance, so when racers they counter pulse. So racers counter pulse. You want to be able to calculate his heart rate with a pulse function. Again, you could do this with a smartwatch, but you can't do this with a smartwatch, right? So, okay, so how do you count the pulse? What do they do? Okay, so deconstruct the pulse dial. So the skeleton sports a new cutout on the 3 and 6 dual counters. Okay, we saw the counters have a white-yellow decal as well as a specialized timer for the pulsation. Are we going to see a video? Matte finish. Okay. Ooh, the black and yellow. Very, very Ferrari. Beautiful. Okay, that's it. I don't know. Okay, so they got other stuff. Oh, so there's a chrono hand. There's a chrono hand. Okay, see, look at that. Wow. Fuck. Look at the hands, right? They do these cool hands. But it's more than this. I mean, look at this. Hold on. Bespoke rubber strap. They have a rubber. Okay, they did make a rubber. Okay, they do. Oh, look. Wow. Okay. Well, again, these are, Okay, now here's the movement. Let's talk about. Okay. Sandblasted, beveled by hand. The power reserve identical to the original 72-hour caliber. Hang on. Okay, wait. Now they're going to tell you. Okay, so they're going to tell you. Oh shit! They usually break down. They usually break down the spec of the watch, like what they did. Where is it? Is it on here? It's not on here. It's not on here. So what is the watch? Is it a what did he start with? I think just an Oyster Perpetual. I mean, I don't know. What did he start with? Does it say? It doesn't say. I don't think it says. Okay, wait. All right, let's move along. Let's move along. Hang on, let's move along. Let's move along to some of the other stuff that they have. Again, these are almost basic. I mean, they do have some crazy straps, but okay, skeletonization, kind of okay, whatever. This is relatively subtle Daytona, right? Okay. Now this is cool. This is the Submariner. They did this, and I'm gonna show. This is Aventurine. The bezel and the dial is Aventurine.
Yeah, I can see that in the bezel.
And you got to move,
but you can see the specs.
Yeah, well, hold on. Wait till you go to their site, and then you got this beautiful moon phase that they put in here. I mean, it's because the guys are some sort of and they also look what they did with the crown. We're going to see more of the watch. They basically, the guy's some sort of sailor or some sort. I don't know. They did some crazy stuff. We're going to see this. So I would say they took the watch, they made it better. Okay, that's the watch. Okay, hang on. Oh, that's okay. So that's a Nautilus. Okay, wait. Okay, so we've seen these. So all of this is like requires pretty serious watchmaking, I would think. No, pretty serious watchmaking. And then they hang on a second. Okay. And then again, they combine everything, like the best. It's almost like whatever Patek or AP, whatever they do best, these guys do. And they customize the watch. Okay, let's take a look what they did. So let me see. They have a couple things here. Poetry of Lights. This one might be kind of a basic watch. Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay, so what is this? So this is they did for some guy named MSF. Now this uses gems. He was a jeweler. There's a whole story. He basically wanted to do something with emeralds. Okay. No, excuse me, green sapphires. Okay, green sapphires. Okay. So he comes to them, says, look, I want to put green sapphires in here. Right. Okay, but wait, there's more. Hold on, wait till you see what they did. Okay, so you get the setting, which, I mean, again, looks pretty good so far, right? Pretty good so far. So that's the case. Look at the case. Pretty good, no?
Yeah.
They put that in, right? So I think as good, better than Rolex. I mean,
yeah, I'm just trying to imagine, what does Uzi's Rolex look like?
it looks like shit. This is look at this. I mean, really look at this. I mean, this is.
No, yeah, they did a good job.
Hold on. Look what they did with the movement. So they give you a display back. Okay. They put in this rotor, rose gold. It looks like a rose gold. All right. Look what they do. They I don't know. They polish. They coat. I mean, the level here is crazy. Wait. Oh, they also did dial. I don't know if that's the original dial. They did something. They did. I think maybe they put the gold around. I mean, this is not. And also the what do you call it? The pushers, the crown, all changed. Look at this. This is a work of art. I mean, this is better than anything Patek or Rolex could do in their wildest dreams, I believe. Look at the back. See, look, to me, that's the point of bespoke. Like, that's the whole point of this, right? Like,
Mhm.
at some point, like, you want to have a watch that's really unique to you, right? It's like a bespoke suit, right? You want to have something. You have a specific idea in mind. Maybe you like a Daytona. Maybe you like the basic thing, but you want like why would you spend the money on some crazy dial, off the rack Daytona or off the rack date when you can really do something unique. And by the way, I believe that this stuff is going to get a premium in the market. It's not going to be one of these things where you lose money. So when these things go to auction, maybe in 5 years from now, they're going to get big money because these guys are going to build the brand. The value is going to increase. It's going to be like the market's going to wake up to this. But again, it's not for everybody. You got to be like, you got to spend money. It's, something like this, it's probably could be a couple $100,000. Okay, so what they do, they start off with a Rolex, okay, the Daytona. These are the specs, so they tell you what the specs. That's the watch. Wow. Crazy. Okay, so then they show you a couple. Okay, so this is I think one of their early watches, I think they called the Honey Pearl. We got, I think it was a Nautilus that they did. What did they do? I think this was just a skeleton, right? I think it was just a skeleton they did. They did the inside thing, the reheart. Wait, look at this. Look what they put in I guess they did something with the rotor. Oh, jeez, it's crazy. The pearl. Wait, okay, and look what they do the back. I mean, look at this. Crazy. Forged car. I mean, there's no limits to what these guys can do. I mean, this is what I really believe this is what watchmaking is all about. Now, this watch was one of the early ones. I don't really like this carbon bezel. I don't like that. It's a little too, I don't know. They did a new shape. We developed a new shape of hands. They are carved, beveled, and satin finished by hand, and provide unparalleled readability. Okay. Shit. I don't know. What do you think is better, this or your Breguet?
So obviously there's like a higher level of I think workmanship that goes into this.
Yeah.
But I think the ultimate question is going to come down to like, okay, so I mean, obviously the person that's going to pay this company to do this work they're obviously looking for that. But in terms of the wider market, when this thing does go to auction, or if it does,
yeah,
but we got to be demand for it.
Yeah. So I think he was talking about. I think he was talking about the Lance Armstrong, or whatever. So I think he's saying here, yeah, basically, look, it's make it for you. You want to watch, it's for you, right? It's a personal thing, right? Like, who cares what everybody else thinks, right? But at the end of the day, I do believe that these watches, almost all of them. I mean, like, I would say 95% of the ones that I've seen that they've done, they all look incredible. Like, there's no dogs. They didn't make any dogs here, which are like, oh shit, what was this guy thinking? It's not like one of those, like, somebody did. What's that company, I think, which they do like the ugliest stuff? It's like a tuning shop. I think Mansory. Mansory does like tuning for like Rolls and Bentley. And like, it's so ugly. It's like, I think what they do ruins the value of the car. No, the Mansory like destroys the value. It's like a tomato can thing. But there is other ones which increase. There's like a Japanese guy who does things for Porsche. He basically does it all himself. There's like, and the car all of a sudden is worth like, triple the price. So it's really incredible. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. He's got They have crazy examples we're going to get into. And I'm going to show you here right now. Wait, this is a great one. I'm going to show you a great one. So, okay, wait. Oh, here we go. I'm going to show you a really cool one. There's a bunch of them all over the web, so you got to kind of like look for the right one or whatever. Let me. So, you ever see that movie Catch Me If You Can?
Yes.
So Frank Abagnale, that's the real guy. That's what it was based on. They did a watch for him, and this is it. So he was famously impersonated like a Pan Am pilot. And what was the Pan Am watch? Right? There was the Pepsi. That Pan Am Pepsi, which we saw at auction with that beautiful Bakelite bezel.
Yeah.
You're the one that was at who sold it? It was at Monaco Legends, right? The Bakelite, the Cuban diplomats Rolex, the GMT, beautiful watch, right? So this guy, he had a like a modern GMT, like a Batman or something, right? He goes to them and says, "Look, I don't know the stories." He says, "Look, I want I want something that looks like," this is Frank Abagnale, by the way. This is him as a pilot. That's Frank Abagnale when he was, pretending to be a pilot. It's his thing. Pan Am, right? I don't know who's. Yeah, so he's, it's interesting. So he actually looks a little bit older than what's his name? Than Leonardo DiCaprio was lower, like 15. He played a 16-year-old or something. So this is actually how the guy looks legit, right? He looks like a legitimate pilot. He look a young one, but more or less looks like a legitimate pilot, right? Pretty legit. So okay, so they did a custom bracelet which gives it the rivets, kind of based a little bit on that, that vintage look. Hang on a second. Let's see. Now this thing I'm not crazy about. They put in a new dial, which they gave it a vintage look. I don't like this. I have an issue with making something look old. I have an issue with that. But they did this like, retro style date wheel. These little touches, the retro style date wheel. Look at the Bakelite. Wow. It's made of Bakelite. It's luminescent, not radioactive. Look at this. Amazing. They also made the teeth. Yeah, they made the teeth smaller, so they look more refined. Flat teeth. Okay, flat teeth there. That's your bezel. Great. But wait, look at that. Look at it. Look at the flat. I mean, incredible, no?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's got a humble of craftsmanship in this.
I think they took a little bit off. I think they took a little bit off the case. They made it a little bit slimmer. They made the case a little bit slimmer. They shaved it down, and that's the back. What do you think of that?
Oh,
you got a rotor.
Is that their own rotor?
Yeah. I mean, that's not a Rolex.
Yeah, no,
rotor. Rolex is going to give you a gold rotor.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of.
I'll tell you what. Would you rather? I mean, if you're going to get a really crazy watch from these guys, like maybe a gem set. I mean, what would you rather do? Would you rather get that for $300,000, or would you rather get an off the rack Le Mans Daytona for $300,000? I know what my choice was. I mean, seriously, if you said, look, you got to spend $300,000 on a watch, you can either get the Le Mans, the Daytona, which is, like, oh, that's going to be the next hot watch. Oh, it's already, or $300,000, or these guys will do something crazy, like what we saw examples of with gems or whatever. And by the way, they can make that 24-hour countdown just like Rolex. Okay, they can make you that Le Mans and they can do it for 300. I would rather get this because this is a one-off.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, and it's going to get, I really do believe that at some point people are going to appreciate this and the value is going to go bananas. They're going to go bananas. I really do believe this is an investment. Like, I mean, what I'm saying is I believe it has upside potential. Okay, so let's see what else these guys did. So they got some interesting stuff. Let's look at some examples. Okay, we got the neon, so that the Adam Levine guy, who's he's into watches, right? He's like a watch guy, like a John Mayer, Lennon, whatever his name is. Look at this. That's the close-up. Look at the way that, oh, the white is so good. Jeez. So he took a Daytona. Okay, so you get the notes. You go to their, right? They have a color wheel. They give you a little loop. They give you a little loop. I don't know. I think that they take pictures of everybody with this loop. I think that's. I mean, these guys are really. I mean, like they're doing stuff at the next level. So look, what they're saying basically is this. It's interesting. The philosophy is incredible. So what they're calling it the human-sized workshop. I like that. So turning what is born as multiple into something unique. That's the whole point. That is the point. It's about bringing back dignity to the human being. It's not about the mass-produced, conformity. It's the anti-conformity. I'd rather have this than any Paul Newman tomato can watch. I don't care if it's a $500 million tomato can Paul Newman. I'd rather have this. This is legitimately unique. Like, let me tell you something. You think you're a unique, you got a vintage Daytona? No, this takes balls. Buying a watch like this, actually, you're not buying it, you're commissioning it. You're commissioning it. Commissioning a watch like this takes big balls. Also some money. Okay, so I think there's like Rolex. Look, these Rolex, these like scumbag Swiss degenerates, they're all about basically, it's all about the money, right? So I think they were trying to sue these companies and, oh, you can't do this to our watch. I think this company that you're bringing up, I don't know the details, but I believe that these guys were buying a Rolex. So they were buying Rolex and then they were customizing it and then selling it and calling it a Rolex, which Rolex didn't like because they're saying, hey, it's not a Rolex. When you customize the thing, then it's like something else. So there's a fine line here. What these guys are doing is saying, look, you bring in your watch. I don't care whatever you bring in, we'll customize it for you. So in other words, basically, they're not a watch dealer. Okay, so they're not a dealer. I think that may have been the distinction. These guys are just a tuning shop. They're not a dealer. They're not selling these watches. You got to come with your own watch. What the heck is this live stream? This is the world's greatest live stream. Click the like, subscribe button and get a free newsletter. Click the like, subscribe button, get the free newsletter.
So
okay, so that's. By the way, your connection sucks. So you get the bad Wi-Fi. You got the communist Wi-Fi in Oregon again. I mean, what's going on?
I'm not on the laptop. I'm on the phone. That's why. So, okay. So if you were in the market for something like this, right?
Wait. Look at this loom. Sapphire dusk allows light to penetrate every part of the person. Luminescent material highlights every detail. The bezel's vivid singular hue clashes with the appeal of gloss. Yeah, the white gloss is. That is a super Miami watch. I mean, that is a Miami watch. 12 neon reference points in the dial. Look at the loom, baby. Hang on. You see, that's the loom. That's the actual loom. It glows in the dark. You know what? I mean, this is like. I got to tell you something. I remember. I mean, I am actually emotional about this watch. I think this is so amazing that, I mean, the watch actually does move me. I mean, I don't know if I'd go with the line, but it's just so, the work that they did on this.
Mm-hmm.
is so. I mean, this is literally is a masterpiece. I mean, this stuff here is like top level, equivalent to. I mean, this is a craftsmanship of the highest order. Like, this is, I don't want to say Mona Lisa. I mean, I don't even think the Mona Lisa is that good of a painting. I mean, that's a highly overrated painting. But, I mean, this is just like, I mean, this is pure art. Craftsmanship. Everything is high level. Okay, I'm sorry. You were going to say something.
I was going to say, would you rather have something like this, or would you rather go to an established, like bespoke shop now, like Jacques Drault, right? Would you go to them and have something that's just like from the ground up, totally designed, according to your specifications? Like, what would you rather have?
No, because Jacques Drault just does. Okay, so just to be clear, the customization is, I mean, they're not doing a brand, like, I mean, they're basically starting with what you have and they're just customizing it, right? So, yeah. Jacques Drault just does Jacques Drault. It's their platform, so it's gonna look like a Jacques Drault whatever. But it'll have some weird animation or whatever. No, I don't want a Jacques Drault because they're doing like weird shit, like just like to be weird, like with animations inside, like the watches are gonna be big, whatever. It's just I don't care for it. This is like a wearable watch. Look, what makes the Rolex, Daytona, right, or whatever, any of these watches, the Nautilus, what makes these watches popular is because those designs, for whatever reason, the design, the function, they really work. The form of it, the shape, it works. But you want something a little different, right? You want something a little different. And believe me, Rolex, there's a bunch of things I would choose to do differently with Rolex. I mean, they have a good platform, but they could do so much better, Like, and this is what these guys are doing is great, because Rolex, again, it's a great platform, but you don't want to be like the other 50 million tomato cans. So this is everything they did here. Look at this. SLN milk white bilite. So that's some sort of, I guess that's luminescent material, milk white bilite. Bilite. I don't know. Wow, that's the lume. And the white on gold is okay. So they did one for Juan Pablo Montoya. Okay, so they put the loop on all these guys. So okay, so it's got some color. Okay, that's nice. I mean, like, that's a nice touch. I mean, this is so much better. Okay, the carbon fiber I hate, or whatever the fuck that is. I don't like that. But I mean, this is so much more interesting than the basic tomato can Le Mans. I mean, this was probably 150 grand, maybe. I'm assuming, maybe less. I think it's worth every penny. How about that? Have you noticed they put everybody that they have, they put their loop on them?
Yeah, no, okay, so that actually makes sense, right? Because they're paying, like all this money to have this work done, and you're gonna need the loop to see all the the details that they put into the watch.
No, or they can buy one.
It's
yeah, the MB&F rocket, like with the big loop.
Yeah, that's right.
Look at the watch. You see what I'm talking about? Like, I mean, this is. I really do believe it's worth it. Like, listen, they did one for Spike Lee. Hang on a second. Let's see what they did for this tomato can. Hang on a second. They got the loop on him. Hang on. Let's see what they did. There you go. Okay. Cool hand, bro. What is this thing with the Brooklyn? What is this? Why does he think Brooklyn is so great? I mean, I lived in Brooklyn. I grew up there. It was a shithole. Okay, so he gave it this orange. Okay, so I think he just did a color job on it, like basic blue, orange. Okay, I don't know, like whatever. Okay, so Daytona with blue and orange. I don't like the blue. This blue is like, I think it's the Knicks colors or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Yeah, it's steel. I don't, I'm not feeling it. You got what is this here? You got a Daytona. You get the Daytona. Oh, he puts it on the leather strap, one of those like 70s. I don't know. I don't know. This guy and Lenny Kravitz actually has very good taste. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, like, I hate that. I hate those leather straps. It's such a like 60s, 70s, like weird hippie. I don't like that at all. Um, that ruins it for me. And the black and gold, like, I don't know. This is like not that interesting. You know, like this is like not. It's not pushing them to their. You know, it's not like what. You know, it's like too basic for them. Like this is too basic. Like it's got like if you're gonna go to these guys, you got to get something crazy. You got to get something crazy. Oh, so this is the guy with the Submariner with the. I don't get it. So this guy is a. He runs something called Sea Shepherd. Have you heard of this? This is some sort of like
Yeah,
left
they're like
wing.
something like yeah. They ram the Japanese fishing vessels that harvest the
Is that
whales
yeah?
or something like that.
Yeah. So this guy's like some sort of left wing Marxist, right? It's interesting that this left wing Marxist has money to buy a custom bespoke Rolex Submariner. No, it's quite interesting.
I was thinking the same thing.
You know, these Marxists, as long as you know they get taken care of, it's all good. I bet this watch is made from like dead whales or something. You know, like probably they killed whales to make this watch or something. No, this is look at this. So the moon is beautiful, right? You got that moon surface. So it's aventurine.
Yep.
And look what they did with the case. They did this carve, whatever you call this. This carve, like a what's his name? F.P. Journe.
Yeah.
I think these guys give F.P. Journe a run for his money. In terms of finishing craftsmanship, not movements, because again, he's a movement master, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got that's his thing. But look at this. How do you like that?
Yeah, that dial with the moon phase on it, that they did a real good job with that dial.
That's the aventurine.
Yeah.
Right? So you get a left-wing Marxist who's somehow or other, he's able to get this watch. He doesn't want you to have one, but for him it's good. But this is listen, all these guys, all like Fidel Castro, all those guys, they really knew how to live. What's his name? Kim Jong-un. He drinks Louis XIII. I mean, he's living a good life. Yeah, this is amazing. I don't know about the I'm not an aventurine fan. You know, I'm really not. Look what they have aventurine on the rotor, white gold rotor with aventurine for this Marxist. Stunning.
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go, Mr. Sea Shepherd there. So what do you think he does with those donations? Like all those donations that go to this? It's just like that guy Diego, you know, that guy Diego who claims to be raising money for live streams for some like family, some rare disease, whatever bullshit. Yeah, he does super chats, all his super chats. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think these. I don't know those. Somebody needs to investigate these charities. Yeah. Yeah, left-wing Marxist is. Oh, it is okay. Thank you. I didn't know that. Actually, that is redundant. That's correct. Look at the back. Amazing. Are you sold on this yet? Are you sold?
If
Did I sell?
I could afford it,
brand?
Yeah, no. If I could afford it, I think I'd be seriously considering this.
Okay, no, but okay, so you're actually a good case study because you're really not you have like your own viewpoint. You're not trying to impress people. Like, I mean, anybody who buys a porcelain dial Breguet obviously doesn't give a shit about what people think. So, assuming that you had, let's say you had an extra, let's just call it. Okay, so you gotta have the watch, and then the customization is, let's say, 50 grand. So let's say 100 grand, right?
Mhm.
You have an extra 100 grand, like in your watch budget. I'm just gonna put it that way. You have 100
Yeah,
grand in your
yeah,
watch budget. Yeah, that's all you have. You got 100 grand in the budget. Do
yeah.
you go for this, for something crazy bespoke, or do you buy, basic bitch, whatever date,
Okay, so
whatever. Okay.
yeah, it would depend on how many watches I have first, right? So this is if I'm like 4 or 5 watches in, then I do this. But if I'm like just 1 or 2 in, then I might stick with just the catalog watches.
Oh, by the way, I like that you said catalog because this is almost like off
It's
catalog.
like
It's
it's like
off the
off catalog. Yeah, yeah,
It's like way off catalog. It's
yeah,
I mean, look, but it is. But here's the thing: what they do basically is like they more or less stay true to the heritage of the watch. They just add a little extra, a little spice,
yeah, yeah.
and they don't. I mean, they're true to the watch. They're not doing any like what happened here? Oh, here we go. Okay, they get a
Yeah.
pretty
So
good
okay,
website.
so yeah, okay. So at the beginning of the stream, I didn't know too much about them, right? And I was thinking, like, what really makes people
Oh, you
best is
fuck
that
your connection was going out. Okay, the
just
connection. What?
do like some art on the dial, and then they might like change the hands or something like that. I was thinking, no, what makes them different? Besides being a little more high end than I found, like what makes them different? And then now that I've seen, like more of their work and everything that goes into it, it's yeah, no, they're on like another level.
Yeah. Look, I should say I'm actually getting paid by them. This is an advertorial. I'm on commission. They're the official sponsor of the Watch Reporter channel now. No, it's a
Right.
joke. It's a joke. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay. Okay. So this guy lives in
Yeah.
Geneva, so he put the Geneva thing on his GMT. He's got the whole thing. Dolphin hands, which are great. Flame blued, and he's got a rose gold GMT hand entirely open. Oh, wait. What did he do? Oh no, did he do like the dual time where it's same length hands? Wow. Look at this. Jeez. I mean, look at this. Next level. And look what they did with the case also. They did the whatever the hell they call that. The little carve out, which I appreciate. You know what? Because I mean, it does look cool, but also it takes away from getting scratches.
Yeah.
That's
I,
sandblasting.
I'm impressed that they took the time to coat the gears for the coloring. You see those the red gears right in the center.
Yeah.
So that's impressive that they took the time to do that.
No, well, that's the thing. Look, they'll do whatever you want. I mean, they'll take the time to do everything, right? This is like, it's this is not like some sort of chop shop. This is like top level guys. I mean, these are like legitimate craftsmen. It's almost like Fabergé when they were working for the Czar. Maybe better, actually better. So the rotor is rose gold. Okay, backs. Okay, engraved. The case, laser carved movement. Jeez. The bezel is blue ceramic. I like the fonts. Also, the fonts are good. The fonts are crisp. Much better than Patek. It's an amazing watch. I mean, I can fucking spend all day with this. Oh, they got John McEnroe. I wonder what he did. Interesting. That's very curious. Very curious. What did he do? He took our okay, in-house. Where's the watch? Okay. Wait. Okay. What is this? It's an Explorer? What is this? Is this an Explorer? Wait.
Not sure.
We can't see it. I don't know what they did. No. I'm sorry. Excuse me. No, it's not. It's some sort of Submariner. It's some sort of Submariner. Wait. I can't keep track of like Rolex movement stuff. 116610. What is that? That's the. I'm sorry. I don't know. I never pay attention to the Rolex numbers. Okay. Oh, it's a Submariner. Yeah. It's your basic Submariner. What they do with the bezel? Oh, they basically made the bezel sandblasted. What they do? What is this bezel? Steel, unidirectional steel, tungsten. Oh. So the bezel is actually tungsten. So it's not the cheap aluminum or ceramic. It's tungsten. That's interesting. I mean, it's like a very low-key watch. Look at that. Yeah, very low-key. It's like gray, very gray. I don't like, I mean, yeah, it's too utilitarian looking for me, And you can have your name.
What? Yeah, on his photos, there's no loop on this one.
Yeah, interesting. Good. Yeah, it's a good observation. Yeah, but look at they got. I think they also slimmed down the case a little bit. I think they shaved it down, so you can have your name in the back of it, which is like okay. But look, by the way, we did a video. Remember, we did the video on Michael Ovitz, the Michael Ovitz.
Yes. Yeah.
Pateks?
His collection is Pateks. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is much more interesting. I mean, because his stuff was pretty much. It was pretty much off the rack. It was like maybe a little customization. I don't even know if did they have any customization? Not a lot. It was minor. It was like minor. Like, these companies don't care about the customers.
Yeah, I was saying like also, that's like it's a factory customization, so they're probably limited in what they'll allow.
Yeah. No, listen, they can do whatever they got a lot of resources. They could do whatever, but they're not making the effort for the customers. They would have, 50 years ago, 100 years ago, like they did for LBJ. They gave them a whole custom dial, right? LBJ.
Yeah.
What is this going on here? Oh shit! What is this? Oh, blue. I'm just not a fan of blue here. Let's see. Honey Pearl, we saw that. Wait. Azzurro, Citolo Azzurro. Okay. Citolo Azzurro. Okay. Who's it? I don't know who this guy is. Okay, so what did they do for him? That's the watch. Okay. Okay, so we got an Aquanaut. We got a tomato can Aquanaut. But what did they do? Okay, movement. Okay. Hands. Oh, they made a custom strap from rubber bee. A custom strap. Okay. Skeletonization. Okay. So I think when it comes to Nautilus, they're not going to mess with the case, right? Or the Aquanaut, they're not going to mess with the case because that's the look.
Yeah.
That's the design. You want the design. And that's the signature design. Whereas Rolex, the case is not really It's not really a signature design. I don't know what they did here. That doesn't, like, that one is a little bit like, I don't know what they did. Like, if I'm gonna do it, I want something crazy. Okay, here we go. This could be interesting. Okay, here's the watch. Okay, what do we got? Focus. Okay, so we got Daytona. The hands, look at the hands. They did something unique with the hands. You got unique hands. Let's see how the watch comes out. Wow. I mean, it was beautiful. Where's the watch? Ah, they don't give you too many pictures. I don't know why they don't do that here. Hang on. We're gonna show one more thing. We're gonna show one more thing here. Let's dive into. Oh, okay. Let's talk about prices, right? So, what are these things actually selling for in the market? Because there's a couple on the market. There's a couple of these things on the market, right? So, what are the prices like? I guess these are resold watches. I'm assuming they're resold. Somebody had them, then they sold them. Here we go. This is okay. So, the cool hand. Now, was this? I'm assuming they did some sort of modify. I don't know. This is the Spike Lee cool hand. I don't know. Some sort. What does this have to do with this? I don't think this was owned by Spike Lee. This may be some sort of collaboration. I don't know. But so here's what you get when you buy the watch. Okay, what do you get? You get this thing here, which says, okay, certificate of authenticity, blah blah blah. The cool made with passion for. Then they put your name, made with passion. Okay, so it's like, yeah, they make it seem like it's made for you, right? Wait, why is Spike Lee's signature on it? I guess there was some sort of collaboration. They may have maybe done a couple of versions for the people, give them like a kickback or something for designing it. Kind of gimmicky. Brooklyn, who the fuck cares? I mean, really, who the fuck cares about Brooklyn?
But that's Spike Lee's things, though. That's his thing. He's all about Brooklyn.
I don't know why. Hang on a second. Look at this. Okay. All right. Okay, so this is one guy, right? There's another one. Wait, there's another one which okay, so this is a Daytona. Kind of basic, no? It's kind of basic. Pretty basic.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing crazy here. Really basic. Very. I mean, this might have been early. Might have been an early made with passion for whatever. 22. So 2 years ago they did this. I wonder why the guy's selling it so fast. You know, the guy who had it for a year and is selling it. Probably takes 6 months to make this, a year to make it. Okay, there's more. A second, here we go. You see this? Here we got a whole row of these on the market, starting at about 110 grand. So somebody did this Daytona Arola. So they do kind of a customized bracelet, almost a see-through. So I think it looks to me like a see-through a little bit. No.
Yeah, it's translucent. Yeah.
Translucent. That's the fancy word, right? It's not see-through. It's translucent. Yeah, it's like a translucent, which is cool. It's from Rubber B. It's by Rubber B, which okay. They know how to make the bracelet fit to the and what is this? These are sapphires with blue. And what is it made of? Is this steel? Stainless steel. They don't tell you anything about it. Also, this is like 2 years ago. They don't tell. These guys don't give any details here. It's crazy. Paying $100 for a watch, they don't give you any details. Okay. Oh, they got a cheap one, $60,000. So this is what is this? You get the Submariner with a funky bezel. This is what? What is this? This is a ceramic, or not? What is this? No, carbon. Not a carbon. What do they call this? What's this material? Carbon, right? Some sort of carbon.
Material where?
On the bezel. Oh, you get the rotor. Okay. This one doesn't really. Again, this is a little bit boring. It's a little bit boring. It's a little too like okay. It's just not that. I don't like this the bezel with the carbon and the black. I find it very dull. I mean, literally, it's literally dull. Wait. Okay, this is crazy here. Wait, Tiffany. No, this can't be. There's no Tiffany. No, okay. I think because maybe the color they're calling it. I was gonna say like because here's the thing: if you had a Tiffany doll, you really don't want to mess with the watch because that's the whole thing. You want it all original. But this is okay. So the bracelet or the strap, I guess the strap is Tiffany blue or robin's egg blue is the color. So you get kind of just I guess what is an aquanaut, basic aquanaut, just a rose gold aquanaut. This is kind of expensive. I don't get the point of this one.
Well, they made it a skeleton dial and then they coated the internals.
Is that worth, $200,000? I don't know. It's a little high. Also, this is the secondary market. So this is like whatever. This is like, it's not what they, and then it was like I don't know how much they charged. They may have charged like. Yeah, so just to be clear, so this is on the secondary market, so like people can ask whatever they want, right? How much did Artisan de Geneve charge to do this? I can't imagine this was more than $75,000 or something, right? Based on the other stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, how much does it take? It's that much.
I have no idea. I mean, I could guess, but somebody that's actually in the industry, they'd be like, "No, you're way off."
Again, I don't know. La blousey. Okay, wow, look at this. What they do here? Okay, again, just a little basic color. Yeah, these are kind of boring. So I think with these guys, like I think what you really want, I think the sweet spot with this company is you want like something unique, but also you want to have like a customization in the movement, because then you get watchmaking and craftsmanship. Like if they did something like for the Lance Armstrong, or they did a moon phase like they did for the Marxist, that stuff is interesting. I mean, that really shows off their skills much more than just basic honey green. Oh, we saw this, right? We saw this. Sorry. Okay. Let me go back to their thing. Oh, hang on a second. Let me go back to this thing here. Okay, let's go back to their site let's go to their Instagram actually, real quick. So here's one of their Daytonas, purple Daytona. How cool is that?
Yeah, that is amazing. So like, if you had told me that was kind of just like something that's off like a secret catalog, I believe you.
Did you notice that the sub dolls are Tiffany blue?
Yeah.
That's actually pretty cool. So you got
Yeah.
I mean, this is, and by the way, this is everybody's all crazy about Tiffany, which is strange because the market is men, right? When did men get so care so much about Tiffany? I mean, Tiffany has never been a brand, you know, aimed at. I mean, unless they were doing stuff, I don't know, 100 years ago, whatever, whatever. It's not. I mean, it's always never. Tiffany's not known to be a men's brand. It's women's jewelry, pretty much, right? I mean, that's what they're known for. But you
Yeah.
have all these
So
tomato cans. They love that Tiffany blue.
I think it's more because of I guess the perceived exclusivity. I mean, sometimes it is, and sometimes it isn't.
No, of course, yeah. It's all about the flex factor.
Yeah.
Okay, the back. What do they do with the back? It's tantalum colored anthracite. What is the rotor made from? Yeah, yeah, this is crazy stuff. Tantalum. Wait, what did they do with tantalum? Is the case made? No, the case is not tantalum. Is the case tantalum? They don't explain it.
It can't be the case, because if it were the case, then they're basically just like they're building their own watch at that point.
Yeah, yeah. I think he's talking about, maybe it's the rotor is tantalum. Okay, so apparently tantalum is very hard to work with, right? That's like the whole thing. So look what they did. They wanted to really flex, and they did all this engraving in tantalum, which apparently must be very difficult. And somebody says, "I didn't know this was possible." And what did they reply? Almost anything is possible with enough money. Right? I mean, that's the whole crazy thing. I mean, this rotor, it's just so, I don't know if the word is ugly, but it is ugly. To me, it's ugly. It's just like, just the dark color. It's like dull black color. But the flex factor is that, tantalum is just very difficult to work with. It's like probably, I think that thing around it also is tantalum. And yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's see what else they have. Okay, so this is wow. This is a beautiful dial. They got blue glass, I guess. It's crazy. Do you think, it's interesting. I bet they're never going to do it. Do you think they would do anything with Breguet?
I'm sure if someone brought in the Breguet and wanted custom work done, they would do it.
Because there's really not much. I mean, the whole idea with Breguet is kind of, you want that specific, what I mean? It's like you're paying for that dial. You don't want to really touch anything.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, this is crazy.
Yeah, and I think with the volume that Breguet moves, if you're willing to pay, I'm sure Breguet would be willing to do something comparable. So you'd be able to get like a factory whatever that you want if you're willing to pay for it.
They're desperate. They're desperate. Yeah, they need the money. Okay. This is stunning. Oh, I don't even know what this is. What is this? Is this what is it some sort of Submariner? Yeah, it looks like a Submariner with a polished bezel. Shit. Yeah, I mean, it's got to be, no? What else could it be? A yacht, not a yacht master. Jeez. I don't know what the point of it though is, because I don't think you can even rotate it at this point. Or maybe they took it off and it's just like a thing they polish. I don't know, but the whole thing, it's very cool. What else did they do that's unique? I think, is it a bridge that they put in? With the green? I don't know. That's amazing. Somebody says Air King? This is an Air King? No idea. Okay, let's see what they say. Oh shit, it is an Air King. Oh, holy shit, it's an Air King. At our client's request, we worked for the first time on an Air King. Oh shit, an Air King is like that's like the bottom of the barrel. The 32-30 was entirely skeletonized, angled by hand. Green. This is an Air King. I don't know what to say, man. I mean, this is like, just, Oh, you know what issue I think Rolex may have?
What?
I think the Rolex loss, it may have been because basically what these guys are doing, I think, because they're essentially, I think they actually made the logo, the Rolex, all this writing that you see, because they had to put that onto the crystal somewhere, right? That's floating somewhere.
Yeah.
So I guess Rolex doesn't want you, making up the logo. They don't want you, fabricating their logo, basically.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, putting their logo onto new material.
Yeah, which is your side. Maybe that's their, but basically it's your property, right? So as long as I think you're not a reseller, then you're, and these guys are very clear about that. They're very clear that they just it says, look, what do they say? The Artisan is an independent customer. We are neither associated nor affiliated with the brands of the timepieces. We carry out our work at the sole request of our customers on their own timepieces and for their private use only. The work was commissioned by our customers. By the way, here's the interesting thing. What's going to happen though when these pieces, all of a sudden people get interested and a market that develops, right?
Yeah.
So then
I don't think Rolex can stop them from doing the work, but the question is, can Rolex stop the auctions from selling these pieces and say like, oh, they're counterfeit or something?
No, they basically will probably, for sure, they're not going to let you say it's a Rolex. I mean, Rolex is, they're going to basically do also, they're going to like sue these company. They're going to say like, I think I've seen a couple of these must have gone through auction, but I'm sure they're going to have like all sorts of disclaimers. Either they're not going to be able to call it a Rolex. They're going to call it the Artisan. Actually, I think we've seen it, but they call it like just Artisan de Genève and, modified Rolex, something like that. They're not, you can't call it a Rolex, basically, I think, at that point. I think that's going to be their thing. This is kind of dull. I don't know. I think, look, I think with AP, I think with AP, you really can't, because what you're really paying for with an AP is the dial. You're basically, because you like their work, like it is really like, I don't think there's anything I would change about like AP, like maybe. And again, if you don't like their dial because of the tapisserie, these guys are not going to do that tapisserie, because also that would be kind of a little bit, like, what are you going to redo the tapisserie? That's a little bit goofy.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. It does, like AP, basically, they really, and I think that's probably the reason they don't have any APs here, or very few, because it's just like, it's already perfect, right? You're paying for the design. Whereas with Rolex, with Rolex, you're really not paying for the design, right? The dials are pretty much, very rudimentary. They're very basic, the Rolex dials.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing special about the dials. So I think what people like about Rolex is the utility, the whole, it's very rugged, whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
And, and they've been brainwashed. They've been brainwashed for 50 years.
All right. So just as a side question now, right? So if Rolex didn't have the hype behind it, like how much do you think they go for like let's say just a regular Oyster Perpetual that sells for like what do they retail now for like six something?
Is that what they're going for? I don't even know. I think they're 8. No, the day date, not the day date. Excuse me,
No,
the day date.
an entry level OP. Like
I think they're like 8 grand, right? If I'm not mistaken.
let me go look it up right now.
Dangerous. I think they're okay. Whatever. If it was a basic watch, um, it would be like a third of the price. It would be like it would be selling for how much would it be? It would be like instead of 8 grand, it would be like $3,500,
Hmm.
and I think it would be overpriced at that. I mean, it would be worse than Omega for sure. Look at this Tiffany color here. The Skona project. A reminiscence of our clients' memories inspired from Italy. The doll is meticulously lacquered through 7 steps in homage to vintage techniques exclusively found in Venezia. Oh, we know somebody who lives in Venezia. The semi-open work is hand finished with an Aravino and the symphony. I mean, I think they don't want to use the T word here. I mean, this basically, it's a Tiffany dial. It's a Tiffany dial.
Yeah.
The kids say it's Tiffany. They say, "Oh, this is like the Venetian glass." Yes, this reminds this watch. This color was inspired. This Tiffany color was inspired by our travels in Venezia when we met for drinks with Oisin O'Malley, and we had like 20 glasses of I don't know what.
House wine.
We got a shit face, and he fell in a canal vomiting, and then he didn't pay his rent. So this is the watch, right? Yeah, Skona. I don't like this. I don't like this blue. These very heavy blues.
Really, I think that's like I don't know. It's a very striking kind of blue.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess so. I mean, I guess whatever. Wow. Yeah, carbon fiber. You see, this is the thing. I don't. The carbon fiber on the bezel is a little bit. The problem with this is I don't think they should be doing this because again, with you're really paying for the whole design, the whole integrated
Mm-hmm.
design, the bracelet, the case, the bezel. That's Gerald Gento's design. He has a specific idea of the brushing, the polish. So when you change it out, it's kind of like, it's like you have a Ferrari and then you, I don't know what, I don't know how to use the right example, but it's kind of like I don't think they should be messing with AP or like the Nord, like I don't think you can really mess with these. You shouldn't be messing with these washers. Maybe the skeletonization. Okay, that's okay, but not the bones of the watch. Like not the materials. Okay, so this is their. Wow, look at that. I would maybe go for a cooler looking rotor though. The rotor looks very utilitarian, very kind of basic. Man. I mean, I don't know when was the last time I've seen like this type of stuff, this like workmanship of this quality.
Mm-hmm.
Like you never see this anymore. Laser carved. Okay, so they carve, yeah, the laser carved. Amazing. Here we go with the Adam Levine. I mean, this is like the Miami watch. Like anybody anybody who's buying a Le Mans for 300 grand instead of this is basically a sucker in my book. You know, this is the watch to get. You know what? I would ask them to make that 24-hour thing though, instead of 12. I'd spend the extra. How much do you think they would charge for that? I don't even know, like 50 grand to develop that. I mean, they could do it.
Yeah.
What does the X mean? What does X have to do with Adam? What does that mean? Like, what is?
I have no idea.
What is music? But look, they can do whatever you want with a rotor, right? They could put your face on it if you want.
Yeah.
Look, I think this really is kind of the ultimate watch. You know, to commission one of these watches, a fully bespoke thing, like, you know, to really, I guess, I know it sounds kitschy, not kitschy, like corny, like, oh, to mark a milestone. But yeah, no, like, I don't know, let's say, I don't know, whatever, to mark an important milestone, you do one of these. You do one of these watches instead of buying an off the rack. Like, this is like next level stuff. And look, you're gonna wear this watch for the rest of your life because it's personal to you, right? It's basically, it's like your child almost. Yeah. I mean, it is your child. You gave birth to it. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at this. They have like a what is it? The Clou de Paris, the hobnail with your favorite numerals, almost. This is the craziest Rolex. I mean, this is, we had the thing about bezels, and this is crazy. Yeah. Shit.
I don't know. Every time I see the hobnail on the case somewhere, I think of Patek.
Yeah, that's what the thing. They're known for that. So this is okay. So Gianluigi Buffon wanted his watch to embody this. I guess he's a soccer player, to embody the solitary role of a goalkeeper, being on beyond the time of success. Mono hand that would embody. It's a mono hand. What does that mean? There's only what? Mono hand means one hand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? How do you tell the time?
Oh, by where it is between the two numbers. So you can tell within like 5 minutes. So you won't be able to tell exactly, but you'll like roughly within 5 minutes.
Wait, I'm confused. Hang on a second. Wait, hang on a second. Okay, hang on a second. Oh wait, no, I get it. Okay, I'm looking at my watch. Oh, so if you have one big hand, technically you can more or less tell. Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean,
it won't be super accurate. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen it. I never thought about it. Like, but that makes sense. I guess you kind of have to kind of eyeball it, and it's pretty much, yeah, okay, within like, within 5 minutes. That's crazy. Who's this guy? Who's this tomato can? Gianluigi Buffon. Athlete. Buffon Academy. I guess he's a soccer player. Yeah, he's a soccer. Okay, so he was a goalkeeper, I guess. It doesn't. He does. Oh, he's not flexing the watches. Okay. No, we don't know. We don't know anything. Okay. So, but that, I mean, that shows you basically, it's interesting why the guy would, I mean, like, to select that bezel, right? That's pretty cool. And what is like, that's probably not an expensive job. That's probably, I would think, how much do you think they charge? 30 grand for that? It's not like they did any. Hang on. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Yeah. I mean, this can't be too much money. This is probably, I don't, this is just what, yeah, it's probably 30 grand. Okay, let's see. Yeah. All right. So let's see what else these guys have. Let's see what else that's interesting. Okay, we saw this. Okay, whatever. Okay, actually, let's pull up the Nautilus. Okay, the blue. Okay, I get it. People are really trying to do as much of this Tiffany blue as possible. Like they're really trying to. And they're coming up with different names for it. They're saying, "Oh, a unique palette reminiscent of autumnal flight over the Kalma Lake." Yeah, it's reminiscent of a Tiffany box. That's what it's reminiscent of. All right, let's see what else these guys have. Okay, the Frank Abagnale, we saw that. Okay, that's his rotor. Interesting. I didn't know Frank Abagnale was such a big Rolex collector. Let's see what else these guys have. I think did we see this? Kind of, I mean, kind of dull compared to everything else we saw. Let's see. They're really into these loops. This is a big. That must be their like trademark thing or something.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Okay, here we go. On the wrist. A food critic who wished to embody his life story through the World Traveler Project. So I guess the guy likes to go to restaurants. And who doesn't like? Does anybody say they don't like to eat? Very few people.
No, there are some people that just don't really care about how food tastes. They're just
very rare. That's kind of rare. I've met those. That's very rare and weird.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be around those people. Seriously, like that's like there's nothing wrong with them. It's just like it's Okay, so this is the guy's wearing the watch. You know what's smart about the watch? Like you can have this watch and you're not going to get robbed because nobody knows what it is. I mean, like nobody knows what it is, and it's going to be impossible to sell because it's unique.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if you have your name and whatever in there, that's going to be like, how do you sell it? You don't. Okay, some more Daytonas. Okay. There's a little bit too much of this Tiffany blue going on everywhere, a little too much. Like,
that's one of the recent hot colors. So just give it another couple of years and it'll just fade away.
Listen, back in the 70s, like shit orange and shit brown were the hot colors.
Yeah.
What is this? What they do here? They put in the bezel and okay. No, this is interesting. Again, I think this is so much more interesting than a basic Paul Newman Daytona. A vintage Daytona. It's going to be, I don't know, 100 grand, couple hundred grand, and it's just a mass-produced tomato can watch. I'm literally made of tomato can material. Or you can get like a real work of art commissioned to just you. I mean, that's really the value proposition. Oh, here it is.
Gigi wanted to make his timepiece very unique. He had to embody his career and his life.
C'est la première fois qu'on a personnalisé un mouvement 32-35. La difficulté, c'était la découpe du mouvement. On l'a rendu manuel, on l'a sablé puis anglais à la main.
Each detail is in that to his fabulous career, from the color scheme to the Clou de Paris finishing on the bezel.
On a fait un polissage bien particulier sur les côtés de la carrure qui donne l'illusion d'une vague.
Together, we thought about the solitary hand as a reminder of his time as a goalkeeper. A solitary ball holding the fate of the team in his hands. Hence the name of his personalization, L'heure solitaire.
Wow.
Gigi wanted to make
Great. What do you think of this bezel for Rolex?
I don't know. I don't think it works with the bracelet.
It's just too, like too busy.
Yeah, no, I think it's because when you have the hobnail, it's really difficult to get it to kind of work with other things. Like it has to be very specific. Maybe if you had like a mesh bracelet, maybe it might work. Otherwise, it's got to go
oyster bracelet. Maybe
oyster. Maybe I'd have to see it. I'm having trouble like picturing it with the oyster. Because I'm thinking, well, it would have to be something like mesh bracelet, or it would have to be like a leather bracelet with a very specific kind of pattern on it.
Maybe, look, we're not used to seeing it. That's the thing. Also, we're just not used to that. We're not used to that concept. So it's let's see here. Oh, geez. No, this is just next level stuff. Look, I think it's. By the way, is the chat broken or something? I see there's no chats coming in. I wonder what's going on. It looks like the live stream is going, right? I think it's going.
Yeah, it's still going.
And there's people on it, but there's no chats. It's strange. There's usually a lot of the punters. There hasn't been a chat in 40 minutes. No messages in 40 minutes. Let me try something here.
Yep.
I don't know, maybe two.
I see it. Yeah.
Strange. Okay, who knows? Who cares? No, it's interesting because a lot of times most of the viewers come in like, I mean, actually not most, all the time. Most viewers come in, excuse me, not during the live, but on the replay. Like the replay, we could have 800 and 1,500 people, and there only will be 50. Not even 50. There'll be 10 people watching the live stream, and there's going to be 1,000 people watching the replay. Whereas I know that Archie was, or what's that guy, that JJ guy? He was saying, oh, this guy only has 2 people on his live stream. Yeah, but we get 1,000 people watching the whole thing. Whereas if you look at Archie Luxury, he also has basically he gets 1,500 views for the videos in total. Mm-hmm. So it's like, and this guy's doing it for what, 15 years? What the hell is he talking about? This is like, that's all. That's not impressive. Yeah. Anyway.
So the other day when you did that stream, I guess I'm gonna call it the curly stream, when you're talking about that about JJ, saying that you look at 2 views or something like 2 viewers, and then you responded with like, it's like, no, I'll have you know it's 12 on average. You said that, you had me dying.
No, it is 12. It's about 12. It's let me just see something here. No, would it be accurate? I don't want. We're not. This channel is all about honesty. It's about honesty in the watch game, and this is a very subdued. Look at this, a very subdued Daytona, right? Again with that Tiffany blue. I'm not going to call it. This is more of like a sky. This is more of the sky. It's okay. It's interesting though. This is an interesting dial. Look, imagine this. How much do you think this would sell for? This is a factory Rolex, like with this dial. Do you think this would be like the hot? Sure.
Yeah, like if this were done by the factory, this is probably be like, I don't know. I wouldn't say like a 101, but this would be like a very, very small production to do something like this. So I think if you find one, I don't know, this could go for like, just from what we've seen from the other auctions, like I wouldn't be surprised if this was asking for like $250,000 for this. Yeah, but then it depends on how big the production run is.
Oh, they added a domed glass? So they did something different also with the glass, which we can't really see in the photo. This is very like low key and very interesting. Like,
yeah,
it's so like subtle, elegant. I mean,
yeah,
like very
I think
restrained. Very restrained. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, but I think they should have done something with the bezel though. They should have changed it to a different color. I think that would have made it a little bit better.
Let's keep going through. Also, okay, so we got a what does it say? A deep sea? Is it deep sea? Oh yeah, deep sea. I guess. Okay, so you got. This is actually kind of interesting. You got the skeletonization, right? For people who like that deep sea for whatever reason, I don't know. Who knows why, but now when you have this look, it's almost like an RM. It gives it like the RM vibe a little bit. The dial. I mean, yeah, it's these guys have really good imaginations. Oh, we got a yacht master. What can they do with a yacht master? Oh shit. Oh wait, his watch was a yacht master? No, wait. No, this is not a yacht. Wait, no, it's a Submariner. Yeah, it's a Submariner, but it's a left hand. Oh, it's a left hand Submariner. You got a left hand Submariner, and yeah, it's got all that stuff. Oh, so this is the watch. We couldn't see the full thing. Very low key. Like nobody would know this is a Rolex at all.
Yeah.
They would think, oh, this is like some sort of like Chinese watch. Like, this guy bought it at an AliExpress.
Or it could be like one of those Seiko modded watches.
No, what is it called? The homage. One of these, like some sort of one of these, I don't know, shitter watches, whatever. Okay, let's get the whole video. Oh, he's got a Lambo. I don't understand like what this is all about. Like I don't get it. Like I don't know. Okay. Let's see what else they have here. I'm not sure how I feel about full skeletonization again on the Patek, because part of the thing is the dial. It's not as good as the as a Royal Oak, but still, it's a little too. It's a little bit. I think you do need to kind of respect that dial. Yeah, I think these guys should stick to like Rolex basically and things like that. Like not stuff where I don't like these hands. The hands don't work here. I mean, these dolphin hands, just like I don't know, just what's going on. All right. Yeah, I think I think the Rolex, that's their sweet spot. Look at the fonts. The fonts are amazing that they have here on the subdials. It's kind of like a racing. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, one of the punters wants to know what you're drinking.
I'm drinking actually. I'm actually drinking green tea, and this is actually, you know what? This is kind of embarrassing. This is it says organic green tea, and this is from Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's is actually cheap quality. A lot of this stuff is like they have a couple things, Richard, but like they have Trader Joe's where you live in Oregon, Portland.
Yeah,
they should. Right?
I think they're in all the states.
Oh, okay. No, yeah. So I think some of their stuff. Yeah, I know some of their stuff. Why is it that their like fruits and vegetables go bad very fast? What do you suppose that is?
It has to do with the distributor. It's just like if you go to Costco for their produce goes bad quickly as well. So it's got to be a distributor issue.
So what does that mean? In other words, they're getting stuff right before, like they're buying it cheap, like right before it goes bad.
It could be like some sort of like volume thing, like if they're getting it from the same supplier and then they have to kind of ship it off to different stores, so it just takes longer in transit. It could be one of those things.
Okay.
Or it could be they could just be buying produce that's like been, I don't want to say it's been sitting around, but it's not like, you know, it was just recently picked.
Yeah. No, because, you know, like a lot of these guys, I haven't seen this anywhere else, but, you know, in New York, if you go, like, you know, all over Manhattan, right, you have these guys, these fruit vendors or whatever, vegetable vendors, you know.
Yep. Yeah.
They got a little cart. And they have amazing prices on fruits. Like basically like a third of the price. It's like basically 80% off of what it is at a grocery. For sure at Whole Foods, right? Like 75%. It's like, you know, but the thing is, so what these guys do is they basically get stuff from a distributor, like literally, like, you know, they buy like the stuff like 2 days before expiration or something, right? So, you know, you buy that stuff, it's good for like a couple of days, but, you know, you just buy enough and the price is right.
Yeah. And they don't have a storefront, they just have the cart.
Yeah, it's I think it's fresh. I mean, like, I'm a big fan. They have great prices. That's the thing I miss about living in New York is, you know, you don't have that type of thing. It's kind of a pain in the, you know, I'll tell you, it's a really pain in the ass. It's like when you have to like drive everywhere, everything is a drive. Or, you know, it's, you know, you don't have that whole yeah, and there's only really very few cities when you think about it that can actually do that. You got to have that big scale. Like, I don't know how many big like, which you have that. You got it because you need volume of people. You need scale. All right, let's see what else these guys have. Okay, we're down to like some basic. I want to close out with one really good watch from these guys. I want to close out with a good one. Again, I'm getting annoyed with the blue. I'm really getting irritated because this dark blue really bothers me. This is like, I find it very boring. Okay, let's see. Wow, look at the hands. Look at these cool hands. Who is Mika Hakkinen?
No idea.
Let's take a look. Yeah, look at the hands. These are like, it's got the Richard Mille look, no?
Oh, those arrow hands?
Something else, yeah.
I was thinking more like, oh, that looks like some of the Omegas have hands like that.
Oh, really?
I mean, but they're not skeleton hands.
But they're like cool, very modern. Yeah, this is great. It's great. I mean, like, why can't Rolex do that? Huh? You know why? Because they just want to make money. It's just a greedy. No, really, they're just a greedy corporation. I don't want it to sound like I'm a Marxist or anything, but, you know, they're actually the epitome of greed. And the worst part is it's not going to any person. It's going to like some, you know, where's the money going? It's going to some, they say it's a charity, it's a charitable trust. But who's gotten money from Rolex? Do you know of anybody who's gotten money from Rolex? You know any charities that have gotten money from? I don't know. I mean, it supposedly was set up as a charity for watchmakers. You know, basically like to take care of retired, you know, orphaned watchmakers or whatever, right? How many watchmakers are there? How many? A couple hundred? Is it 1,000? This company's making like a couple $1 billion a year. You don't think that's enough to more than take care of every watchmaker that ever lived?
Maybe they're using it for, maybe they're using it for scholarships for their schools.
No, it's a slush fund. It's basically like, it's a giant slush fund. Where does the money go? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. It's opaque. It's like a black hole. Yeah, I think, look, Rolex at the end of the day is like, it's basically a scam company when you think about it. If somebody really did a deep dive into it, there's something very dark in the world of Rolex. Yeah, something doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. A lot of money coming in. We never heard of anybody getting any money. Yeah,
that could be your next video.
I did a video on the topic. I think they paid.
Mr. McEnroe, tell me, where are we?
We are at 255 Manor Road. From about 15 or 16 to my mid-20s, I lived here, and I'm about a block or so away.
This is a Spike Lee video.
From the tennis club, which is why I started playing tennis. And as they say, the rest is history. I started playing at the Douglaston Club when I was 8.5 years old. Eventually started taking a couple lessons from the pro there, who then told my parents, hey, listen, this guy can play. Maybe you should send him to like this great academy, far off place in Port Washington, the Port Washington Tennis Academy, where Harry Hopman is, who's this legendary John Wooden type figure for tennis. Inspirational leaders in a way. And brought me to that next level, helped me believe, and gave me the opportunity that most kids don't have a chance to do. So that's really what I'm trying to do in my own academy now, is give as many kids a chance as possible to change the sport in a more positive way. My parents were very supportive. Obviously, they gave me the chance. Most kids don't even get that opportunity. They went out of their way financially, emotionally. And
when was the moment that you thought, you know what, this is what I want to do the rest of my life?
I played it.
Yeah, interesting.
Tournament when I was in the 14 and unders in Chicago, and after the tournament I didn't do particularly well in the tournament, but someone wrote this article and they were talking about the event, and he said, of all the people I saw this one kid, and I believe in 5 or 6 years this guy's going to be the #1 player in the world.
Wow. So this is like the predictions that we make here on the channel about watches that are going to go to the moon.
And the guy said my name and I'm like, whoa, what does he see that I'm not seeing or not even envisioning? I've had 7 majors, 3 Wimbledons, 4 Opens. I was finished #1 in the world 4 consecutive years, and I was like, they've got nothing for me here. So finally, after all these years, a couple of years ago, they named the court after me. This court's got a lot of good memories because my first major title was here, the Douglaston Open. I believe it was 1972.
This is the court.
I was able to defeat my adult opponent 7-5 in the 3rd set.
How old was he?
I believe he was probably 30, 25, 30.
And how old were you?
13.
13.
13. I did it at 13, so I figured better.
Let's see the watch.
But this was a great start. My tennis charity, the Johnny Mac Tennis Project, which is trying to give as many.
This is going. I mean, like this is the problem. Every Spike Lee movie sucks. I mean, this video we haven't seen the watch yet. I mean, we're 2 minutes into it. We haven't seen the watch. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, this is an interesting dude. This guy. Oh, this guy. Hold on a second. I remember reading an article about this guy. So this guy, John Dempsey, he was the Estee Lauder. This guy basically was doing. What was he doing? This guy was doing some really interesting things, and then he got canceled for saying something. I don't know what he said. They said me. This guy. I don't find these.
They're the emotional ones, and then there's a watch on a side street in Tokyo. There's Panerai in Rome. There's a Rolex in Milan. I am a watchaholic. But my first real special watch was on my 16th birthday. My father gave me one of the original series of the Audemars Royal Oak.
Wow! Whoa! Wow! What did you get from your father on his 16th birthday?
Nothing. I might have gotten like. Go ahead.
No, say the guy we're talking about, the guy, whatever, with a funny name, he's a F1 driver. He was an F1 driver. That's what the youngest thing. So McEnroe teaches people how to be assholes. Yeah. Wow. That's pretty good, actually. An AP on your 16th birthday? Now, this guy is not a young guy. So you're talking about this would have been 40 years ago? No, 50 years ago, maybe? No, it would have been the 70s. It would have been the 70s. No, hold on a second. How old do you think this guy is? 60?
Yeah,
Right?
he could be about 60. Yeah. Oh,
He's
so
probably
how old is
60.
this video?
This is videos for 4 years. So this is like he got an AP in the 70s. Now again, obviously it was easier to get, but still, they were expensive. I mean, like literally, they were at the same price as they are today. I mean, obviously, go back in time, but it was, dollar wise, it was the same type of money.
In stainless steel, which is the Gerald Genta
Yeah.
design. And to this very day, it's probably one of the things that I value or treasure more than anything else.
He's got an original jumbo, basically.
In general, men don't have that many unique ways of self-expression. For a man, a watch is the ultimate signifier of style.
By the way, I think the guy is straight. I'm pretty sure he's straight because I think he's got a daughter, right? So I know the looks a little bit gay, but no, the guy's, and he worked with Estee Lauder, the whole fashion. But I think the guy is, heterosexual.
Actually, the first time I met Tom Ford, I was sort of obsessed by his
Ford's
gold
great.
Rolex Submariner.
Wait, how did did he pronounce a Submariner? Okay, so Tom Ford, I'm shocked. Tom Ford would have a Rolex gold Submariner? Interesting.
Like all of a sudden, I thought, like, where am I going to find this gold Rolex Submariner? So I started calling like every.
What is it called? Did you hear what he said? He called it a Submariner?
Yeah, he's like smushing the words together.
Yeah, crazy.
Watch dealer in New York and all over the place. And actually, I found it like at an airport when I bought it as I was going to catch my flight. So I was at Berluti and I was having a fitting on my suit, and the director of the company said to me, "You have the most gorgeous watches. Do you know about Artisan de Geneve?"
Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting. Okay, Berluti, heavy hitter.
All of a sudden, before I knew it, the watch was on its way. One of my favorite pieces.
Okay. Interesting.
I was inspired by the iconic Daytona. I see in this
Think about this guy basically started at the top. He started with a Royal Oak on his 16th birthday. I mean, like, it's like, it's almost like getting a Ferrari on your, I mean, basically the equivalent of, hey, your first car, you get your license at 16, your parents buy you, a Ferrari or a Lambo, like,
company and this brand.
Where do you go from there?
Something that has real depth of quality craft. And it's nice because it's also sort of a well-kept secret. I'm John Dempsey, and I'm wearing my Artisans de Geneve Tribute 6263.
That's it. That's the whole video. Okay, this is an easier watch. Submariner. That's going to be our new thing. Instead of saying Submariner, we're going to call it a Submariner. Let's see what else we got here.
Mon affection pour Rolex remonte à ma plus jeune enfance parce que mon père était féru d'horlogerie et de belles pièces. Il était parfumeur et il était photographe. Et mon père, arrivant en France en 1965, n'a eu qu'une seule montre au poignet, c'était celle-ci, qui était à l'époque un modèle GMT qu'il m'a donné à l'âge de 20 ans.
Okay, so this guy got a GMT from his dad, not a Royal Oak. This guy got a GMT from his dad. Submariner. This guy's funny. Hang on, let's go back here. Okay, so what is he saying? Where's
et que malheureusement je me suis fait voler dans ma cambriolage.
stolen?
Je dirais que j'ai toujours été à la recherche de cette montre volée qui représentait mon père. Je pense être plutôt amateur de montres que collectionneur. J'achète une montre en me disant à chaque fois, cette montre sera ma montre, sera la montre. J'ai toujours été attiré par les montres que l'on ne voyait pas partout. Donc un jour, j'ai découvert les Artisans de Genève. Leur indépendance leur permettait de pouvoir répondre aux besoins que j'avais, à
We got an unboxing here. We got the unboxing.
savoir personnaliser la montre. Je n'ai jamais rencontré aujourd'hui d'artisans, de maisons, de manufactures, de marques capables de faire ce que les artisans
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, he's saying he's never met anybody who could do what ours. Yeah, I
de
agree.
Genève ont fait sur cette montre. Avec toujours cette notion de travail parfaitement effectué, cette recherche du détail, tout en conservant la
By the way, respect for the Rolex DNA. So that's the thing. So you got to have respect for the DNA of the brand. So my issue with when you mess with like a Nautilus or a Royal Oak, that is kind of messing with the DNA, because that the design that's the whole watch, is the design.
ADN de Rolex, c'est-à-dire une personnalisation parfaitement finie. Aujourd'hui, j'ai une montre qui est pour moi parfaite, parce qu'elle correspond exactement à ce que je recherche, au détail près, celle que peut-être mon...
Now I don't know, what did he do here, because it looks like a basic Daytona. Like what? How much? It's like, what did he do? He changed the bezel. I don't know what he.
fils, sûrement, que mon fils aura plus tard, quand je ne serai plus là, et il dira, ça c'était la montre de mon père, et mon père est le seul à avoir eu cette montre, et je suis seul aujourd'hui à avoir cette montre qui a été commandée par mon père.
By the way, it's an interesting thing, right? Like this guy's buying the watch, and he wants to pass it down to his son. But the idea is that, hey, this is the watch that my father wore, which was made for him, right? So it's really his. It's basically part of him. It was his idea. It's like, that's the whole. So it's instead of it's like that whole thing with Patek. Oh, you don't truly own a Patek. You merely take care of it for the next generation. I would say it's much more the case with.
Je suis Georges,
Does he get it?
et je
Okay, so what is?
porte ma tribute.
I don't know what this is. I don't know what this watch. I don't know what they did here, because his watch looked very basic. Very basic. So let's go back. All right. You know what? No, I think we've covered everything. No.
Yeah,
Barry,
I think we've seen.
Yeah, listen, we've given enough of
what they can do.
Yeah, we've given them enough of a free plug. They're not paying. They're not supporting the channel. So I think we're going to wrap it up on that note. Okay, Baron, thank you again. Thank you everybody for joining, and we'll see you all the next one. By the way, I do want to mention we have the new. From now on, all the drama stuff we have a new special drama channel called Extreme Horology. Extreme Horology. That's the channel. So all the Anthony, all the Archie stuff, that's going to be on the Extreme Horology channel for anybody that wants to, entertainment about stuff. This channel is going to be only serious horology. All right. So thank you again, and see you on the next one.